Hi everyone. In the previous classes, we have discussed the following contents: Introduction to C++, differences between C and C++, the key concepts of the object-oriented programming language, procedure-oriented programming language, what are the technologies of the procedure-oriented programming language, object-oriented programming languages, advantages of object-oriented programming languages, drawbacks of the conventional programming languages, object-oriented programming languages. Today we are going to discuss the basic fundamentals of C++, which you have learned in the C programming language. C programming language. Here, introduction to C++. Introduction to C++. Here, C++ is an object-oriented programming language. It was initially named as C with classes. However, in 1983, it was renamed as C++. Here, C++ was developed by John Strostrup at AT&T Bell Laboratories, New Jersey, USA. The C++ is the superset of C. Almost all C programs are also C++ programs. Structure of C++ program. This is the structure of C++ program. It contains 4 sections. So the first one is the include files. Second one class declarations. Third one class functions definitions. Fourth one main function program. These may be placed in separate code files and then compiled independently or jointly. A program is commonly organized into 3 separate files. The class declarations are placed in a header file and the definitions of member functions go into another file. So before going to discuss this, so we want to brush up structure of C programming. So structure of C programming, this is the structure of C programming. So these are the sections involved in the C programming syntax. Documentation section, preprocessor statements, global declarations, the main function section, local declarations, program statements and expressions, user-defined functions. Documentation sections. So this is an explanatory part of the program. It is not an executable part. Simply that is called comment lines. So these lines indicates or shows or says the name of the program, the name of the author, where and when it develops, the aim of the program, what are the properties are used in the program. Simply it says, documentation section says, that is called comment lines, comment section. So the comment section enclosed within slash asterisk ended with asterisk slash. That is first section. Next section, preprocessor statements. That is also known as link section. So our program, we developed some code. Some there are predefined functions are used while using developing the code. Then preprocessor directive symbols. I mean preprocessor directive functions. Predefined functions are enclosed within our C software. So those are all having C software. Then we want to link our code to C software while using preprocessor statements. So which is the preprocessor directive symbol? Hash is the preprocessor directive symbol. So then your preprocessor statements are link section. Hash, for example, hash include stdio.h hash include, it can call stdio.h, std standard io input output header file, that is hash include conio.h, hash include string.h, hash include math.h. These are all under preprocessor statements. In this section, these are all preprocessor statements. What are hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, hash include string.h, hash include math.h, hash include process.h, hash include lib.h, etc. These are all the library functions we can call through preprocessor statements, preprocessor directives. That is called the link section. So next section is the global declaration section. So in the global declaration section, we can define the variables or methods or functions. We can define the variables. We can use anywhere in the program. We can use anywhere in the program. We can call anywhere in the program. The same properties it can distribute so many functions. Here once we have to define it globally, we can use anywhere in the program. So then the next one, the main function section. This is the most important section. Every C program should have one function that is called main function. If then there is no main function, we can't do anything in the C programming and also C++ programming. Then the main function section contains two sections. The first one is the local declaration section and the second one is the executable section, that is called program statements or expressions. Executable sections. So local declaration section. So what are the properties we are using inside the main function? So that those are called local declarations. What are the properties means what are the variables we are using inside the function? Those are called local declarations. So then here global declarations before the main function, then this is the main function, then this is the global declarations and afterwards local declarations. Here simply variables we can define in two ways. One is for global declarations, another one is for local declarations. So local variables are the scope of the local variables inside the main function, the scope of the global variables inside and outside anywhere in the program. Clear? So local declarations. Then what are the properties we required? Then what are the variables we want to define? That is called local declaration section. Then the next one is the program statements and expressions. That is called executable sections. What are the executable statements? All input output statements like scanf, printf, etc. Then all mathematical expressions, all logical expressions, all other statements, then loop statements, then if statements, etc. all are under executable section, that is called program statements or expressions. And the last one is the user defined functions. User can define number of functions, then there is no limit. User defined function 1, user defined function 2, user defined function 3, so on, etc. So here defined functions. So function is a self-contained block of statements which is used to find a specific kind of task. Clear? This is the structure of the C program. Then here also in C++, this is the structure of the C++ program. Here hash include files. Include files. Here also same include files. Preprocessor directives. Those are called include files. Hash include. Then iostream.h, hash include math.h, hash include lib.h, hash include process.h, etc. These are all the library files. These are all the include files we can define in this section. Those are called preprocessor directives in C language. Here include files. Next one is the class declaration. Class declaration. In C++ programming, then there are OOPS concepts. The first one is the class. Here simply this is class declaration section. What is a class? A class is nothing but a collection of members and member functions. Collection of member set of members and member functions, that is called class. All of you. Next one, class function definitions. Then what are the functions we want to define? So that is, those are all under define in class function definitions. Then the main function program. Every C++ program should have one function that is called main function. If then there is no main function, we can't do anything. Okay, all of you. Then the main function is the most important. At the program execution time, the control start with main function. At the program execution time, the control start with main function. Clear, all of you? This is the structure of C++ program. Then this is an example of the C++ program. So all of you see example. So this is the this is the hash include iostream.h, hash include iostream.h. Then the control begins with main, but hash include, so then that is called link section. We want to execute cout cin functions. We should define iostream.h, whereas in C language stdio.h, std standard input output header file, whereas in C++ hash include io, I for input, o for output, stream means file, dot h for header file. Clear, all of you? This is called include directive. Hash include iostream.h. This is called include directive. It tells the compiler where to find information about certain items that are used in your program. iostream iostream is the name of the library that contains the definitions of the runtimes that handle input from the keyboard and output to the screen, input from the keyboard and output to the screen. iostream.h is the file that contains the information about the library. Clear, all of you? iostream.h is the file that contains that handle input from the keyboard and output to the screen. So this is the iostream.h is the file. Directives begins with the that contains the information about the library. Clear, all of you? So directives begins with the symbol hash, which is the preprocessor directive symbol hash. Here hash include prefixed with hash symbol at the very start of the line, and no space is included between function. Okay, include function. So your main function. So in the main function, program starts at the program execution starts with main function, all of you. So then here integer x comma y comma sum. So we know integer is a basic data type in C language. Those data types also available in C++. So extension of C is an extension of C language. Why it is called? All the features of C language, all the data types, all the operators, all the keywords are placed in C++ program. Some additional keywords, some additional functions added to the C program. So that is called C++ program. So integer x comma y comma sum. So int is an integer data type. X, y, sum. These three are the variables. X is a separate variable, y is a separate variable, and also sum is also separate variable. Each variable occupies fixed length memory blocks. For example, whereas in C language 2 bytes, 2 bytes, 2 bytes. Whereas in C++ 4 bytes, 4 bytes, and 4 bytes. Clear, all of you? So by default is long integer. This line is called variable declaration. Clear? Integer x comma y comma sum. This line is called variable declaration. The variable declaration tells the computer that x, y, and sum are the names of the three variables used in the program. Int what tells the computer the numbers named by these variables are integers. Clear? The remaining lines are the instructions that tells the computer to do the corresponding work. These instructions are called executable statements or statements. Every statement should end with a semicolon. In C programming language, in C++ programming language, every statement must end with a semicolon, should end with a semicolon. For example, here integer x comma y comma some semicolon. Cout enter any two numbers semicolon, 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 etc. So every statement must end with semicolon. Don't put after main function. Clear all of you. So then don't put after main function, after if statement, after while statement, after for statement. Okay. Then so in every executable statement should end with semicolon. Clear all of you. So then most of the statements begin with the word cout or cin. So observe all of you, see the program. So here cout, cin, again some next cout, 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 etc. These statements are the input output statements. These statements are the input output statements. Cout, here double less than symbols. This is called insertion symbols. This is called insertion symbols. Then cin, this is an input statement. So these two symbols are called extract symbols, double greater than. So extract symbols. Clear all of you? Cout is an output statement like printf in C language. Cin is an input statement like scanf in C language. Here cout is a printf statement, sorry, output statement in C++. Here cin is an input statement in C++. Then here double less than, double less than, double less than is an insertion operation. Here double greater than is an extraction operation. So simply the value collect and insert onto the monitor or output devices cout. Then cin extracts x and y value. So simply the values read from the keyboard, those values stored into variable memory locations. Clear? Then sum equal to x plus y. So where sum is a variable, equal to is an assignment operator, x plus y operand 1 plus operand 2. Finally, the resultant value assigned into some memory location. Clear all of you? So the operator less than, the operator less than and greater than arrows are the operators which tells the directions in which the data is moving. The operator less than is called the insertion operator or put to operator or put to operator. Then it inserts the contents of the variable on its right to the objects on its left. So cout is a predefined object. Cout is a predefined object that represents the standard output stream in C++. Here the standard input output stream represents the screen. Insertion operator can be overloaded. Then insertion operator means double less than operator can be overloaded. Here so output stream, there are two types of streams. First one is output stream, second one is input stream. This is an output stream. So cout, here insertion symbols, then their sum is, that is enclosed within double quotations, again sum here slash n. So simply we want to read a single variable. Here simply cin greater than x means here extraction x. We want to display a single variable. So simply cout insertion the variable name. Here simply input output streams. This is an input stream. Cout the sum is, that is enclosed within double quotations, that is called string constant. That is called string constant. The as it is string displayed on the monitor or output device. Then the insertion symbol, sum is a variable, it extracts a value the value insert or displayed on the output devices. Here slash n is a new line character in C language, and in C++ also allows slash n new line character. Then one more keyword is there, that is called end ln, end ln, end ln, end ln, only one word. That is the keyword. That is also new line keyword. That is also used to new line keyword. Clear all of you? Same as slash n, same as backslash n. In C++, end ln, end ln. Here end of the line. End ln means end of the line. Clear all of you? Then, so the operator greater than. So next one, the operator greater than, that is called extraction X. Simply this is the keyboard. Here cin statement object, extraction operator, then variable. Simply read a value from the keyboard, the value assigned into variable memory location. This operator helps, extraction operator helps extract a value from the keyboard, the value assigned into a variable. Simply what are the input output statements in C++? Simply cout is an output statement, so output stream, then cin is an input stream. Cout is used to display a value, then cin is used to read a value from the keyboard. So then here cin and cout, so here cascading of input output operators. I want to read more than one value at a time with the single function. Using single function cout, we want to display more than one value at the same time at using single output statement cout. So here cascading output operator, using cascading output operator. The multiple use of less than, that is insertion in one statement, is called cascading. This is known as cascading of output operator. So this is cout example. Cout, their sum is sum slash n. Here how many statements are there? Here the first one, here second one, third one. So this is string constant. So this is the variable name. Then this is the new line character. New line character backslash n new line character. Cout, then double less than symbols, insertion symbols. Their sum is the as it is string displayed on the monitor. So why? So this is a string constant that is enclosed within double quotations. Then the next statement, here more than one value, their sum is here sum. Sum is a variable, the value, the memory value. Here it contains some value, one value, the value displayed on the monitor. Here slash n, after displaying the value, the control go to the next line first column position. Clear all of you? Here cout, we want to display more than one value at a time using single output statement. Go for cascading of output operator. This is called cascading of output operator. This is called cascading of output operator. Clear all of you? The statement sends the string, their sum is to cout, and then sends the value of sum, then the new line character. Clear? Here cascading of input operator. Similarly, we want to read more than one value from the keyboard while using single cin statement. We should go to cascading of input operator. Example, here cin, so extraction operator x, extraction operator y. So at a time we want to read two values, whereas in C language, printf and scanf statements, then there are format specifiers or access specifiers available. Here no need to use format and access specifiers like %c, %d, %f, %s, no need to use. Clear all of you? Then there where scanf %d quotation close comma ampersand n. Then here no need to use percentage %d, percentage %c, percentage %f, percentage %s, etc. So directly we can read the values from the keyboard. All of you clear? Whereas in printf statement, here printf statement control string arguments list. Then here arguments list control string is their sum is, but arguments list so sum. But here no need to no need to use format specifiers. Clear? So their sum is sum/n. This is the output statement. This is the input statement. We want to display more than one value at a time. So using single statement, that is called cascading of output statement operator. Then we want to read more than one value at a time using single input statement, that is cin, that is called cascading of input operators. Clear all of you? Then the next one, basic terms in C++. So what are the basic terms in C++? We know tokens. The smallest individual units in a program are known as tokens. What is token? The smallest individual units in a program are known as tokens. Here C++ tokens are, here C++ supports whose set of tokens? Those are keywords, identifiers, constants, strings, operators. So strings, operators. Simply these are the C++ tokens. How many? 5 types. The first one is keywords. We know very well. Already we learned in C language. How many keywords in C language? There are 32 keywords. But how many occur in C++? Wait few minutes. Then identifiers. Identifiers are the names of the variables, functions, arrays, etc. Identifiers. That is given by the user. The names are given by the users. Next one, constants. We know constants. The entire data, the mixed data, the raw data can be categorized into two parts. The first one is known as numeric constants, and the second one is known as string constants, a non-numeric constants. Sorry. First one is known as numeric constants. Second one is known as non-numeric constants. So numeric constants are categorized into two types, integer constants and real constants. Then non-numeric constants are single character constants and string constants. Clear? Then the next one is strings. String is nothing but a character array. In the string, each character occupies 1 byte of memory in C language, whereas in C++ language. Then operators, we know whose set of operators available in C++ in C language. Those operators occurred in C++. Clear? So then these are the keywords. These are the keywords. So total 60 keywords in C++. So all of you. ASM. So to declare that a block of code is to be passed to the assembler. The block of code is to be passed to the assembler. Clear all of you? ASM is a keyword that is predefined. The developers of the C++ program, John Strostrup, so that is defined in our C software, C++ software. The first keyword is called ASM, to declare that a block of code is to be passed to the assembler. Auto, we know auto. So there are 4 types of storage classes available in the C language. Those are called auto, static, register, extern. Those 4 keywords also occur here. Occurs in C++. So auto. So a storage class specifier that is used to define objects in a block. Clear all of you? So then the next one is the bool. Boolean false. True type that can hold either the false or true. So once we have to define a variable in a boolean, so it's simply It says either true or false. Literals. Clear. If it is true, it indicates 1. If it is false, it indicates 0. Denoted by 0. False denoted by 0. Then true denoted by 1. Clear. So then the next one is the break. We know break statement. So where we can use break statement? In the switch statement, there are 4 keywords. Switch, case, break, default. Clear, all of you remember. So simply break terminates a switch statement or a loop. So break is used to terminate the control from the present loop. Then there is an exit keyword. So exit is also used to terminate the control from the program, whole process. So what is the difference between exit and break? Here break is used to exit the control from the present loop only. That may be a switch statement, that may be a for loop, that may be a while loop, that may be a small subfunction, etc. Then exit is used to exit the control from the whole process, entire program. Clear? That is the major difference between exit and break. Next one, case. We know in switch statement cases occur. Next one, catch. We know exception handler functions. Catch, try, throw, etc. Catch statement is there. Exception simply catch an error. Exception means error, situation, etc. It can catch an error. Here char, it is a data type. How many types of data types majorly? There are 4 types: integer, character, float, and double. These 4 also occur here. Then class, we know the major key concepts of object-oriented programming are class. First one is class. Next one, const cast. So later we will discuss. Continue. We want to continue the same block using continue statement. Already we learned in C++. Default. So default where we can use in switch statement. Next, delete operator. We know memory allocation functions in C language. malloc, calloc, realloc, free. malloc, calloc are used to allocate the memory to a pointer variable. Then free function is used to remove the memory, release the memory. Clear? Then here also in C++, then delete is also memory release operator, like free function in C language. Clear, all of you? Then do. Then there are various types of control structures available in C programming language. Same control structures are available in C++ also. The first one is do while, for, while. Okay, do while, for. These 3 are the control structures, looping control structures. So do. Double is a floating data type, long float data type. Else, if the condition is true, do something else, the control go to the next statement. Else is a keyword. Enum is also user defined data type or derived data type. Then dynamic cast, later we will discuss. Extern storage class, false. So this is a new keyword in C++. Float, then for, union, unsigned, using, friend. Friend is also new keyword occurred in C++. Later we will discuss in second unit. Goto is an unconditional control structure. Simply it is used to terminate or transfer the control from one place to another place. We should use labels. If is a bidirectional conditional control structure. If in the if statement, if check the condition is true, then control executes the block of statements. Otherwise the control go to the next statements. If else. Next one, inline. This is an inline functions are used in C++. It is not in C language. Later we will discuss. Int is a keyword, long is a keyword. Data types, mutable, unmutable. So here occurred these 2. Virtual, so polymorphisms. Okay, 5th unit we will discuss namespace from beginning of the programming namespace we will discuss. New is a memory allocation operator like malloc, calloc in C language, whereas in C++, new operator is used to allocate the memory to a pointer variable. Then operator is a new keyword in the C++. Operator overloading is there. So here operator overloading, then prefixed with operator, then operator function begin and close. Later we will discuss. Private, protected, public. These three are the visibility modes or access specifiers. Here private, protected and public. So where we can use inside the class, then the inheritance concept. So we will use this. Next one, register. It is a storage class, void. So null type returns. Then the next one, reinterpret cast. Later we will discuss. Return is a statement. It is used to return a value from one function to another function. Here sort is a keyword. It is also sort unsigned integer, sort integer, etc. Okay, this is a data type. Then signed. This is also another pre-qualifiers. Those are called signed integers, signed characters, unsigned characters. Size of, this is a keyword. This is used to return the size of the variable. Okay, size of the, it returns an integer value, simply says. So it returns the size of the variable. Next one, static is a storage class. Next, static cast, volatile. Later we will discuss. Struct, we know very well about this one. Switch statement, template, this is a new one. Throw, then true, try, typedef, type id, unsigned, okay, wcrt, then while, etc. These are all the 60 keywords in C++. Okay, clear all of you. Then the next one are the identifiers. Identifiers are the names of the variables, functions, arrays, classes, etc. created by the programmer. We can create it. User defined names created by us. So what is an identifier? Identifier refers to the names of variables, functions, arrays, classes, etc. created by the programmer. So what are the variable naming rules? Before we are writing variable, we should follow the some rules. The first letter must be an alphabet or an underscore. The first letter must be an alphabet or an underscore. Second rule. Then the remaining letters, alphabets, or digits, or both. So here names cannot start with a digit. Clear. So uppercase and lowercase letters are significant, different. Uppercase and lowercase letters are significant. Why? Here C language and C++ is case sensitive programming languages. Case sensitive programming languages. So we can develop the code in lowercase only. Use lowercase letters only. Don't use uppercase letters, keywords, etc. Then keywords cannot be a variable name. The reserved words cannot be a variable name. Okay, all of you. So then these are the variable naming rules. Clear. Rules for naming the identifiers, variable naming letters. The first letter must be an alphabet or an underscore. Second one, the remaining letters, both alphabets, underscore, okay, alphabets and digits, etc. both. Then the third letter, it should not be a keyword. Third rule is it should not be a keyword, all of you. Then the lowercase and fourth rule, lowercase and uppercase letters are significant. Lowercase and uppercase letters are significant. These are the rules while naming an identifier. Those are called variable naming rules. Next one is constants. We know constants mainly divided into two types. The first one is known as numeric constants. Second one is known as non-numeric constants. So numeric constants are two types, integer, real. Then real constants also divided into two types, float and long float. Then non-numeric constants are two types, single character constant and string constants. Clear. Here constants refer to fixed values that do not change during the execution. They include integers, character, floating point constants, and string constants. So examples, so this is the 123, that is decimal integer, 12.73, that is floating point integers, 37, that is octal integer, then OX2, that is hexadecimal, sorry, 0x2, that is hexadecimal integer. Next one, C++, that is string constant, where B is a character constant. How to identify is it string or character? Single character constants are enclosed within single quotations. Then the string constants are enclosed within double quotations. If there is a double quotation, a single character or more than one characters, so that is called string constant. Fix it, all of you. If there are double quotations. If there is a single quotation, then there is a single character, the character or integer, whatever it may be. So simply it reads as character, that is called single character constants. These are the constants. Next, data types. Here data types mainly there are three types of data types: basic, fundamental data types, derived data types, and user defined. So next class we will discuss the data types of C++. So all of you clear? Okay, thank you. Tomorrow